Happy Friday. Welcome to our bi-monthly Eastside RAP meeting, where we're going to talk about the impacts of homelessness on the east side of Santa Barbara. As usual, I'm Landon Rank. I'm the Associate Director with SB Act, and we're collaborating with the City of Santa Barbara to bring this RAP as a part of our broader kind of South County efforts to address homelessness. So I'm joined by Julie Lawrence from the City of Santa Barbara, among others. So just a couple of quick announcements as we get started. Number one is just that we're on a kind of a normal meeting schedule. So our next two meetings will be sort of on the standard every 2 weeks pattern. We weren't able to find a date for an in-person meeting that worked for everyone. And so I'm going to put this link in the chat window again. Let me see if I have it saved in my cache. I don't. So I'll put it in the chat in a second. But if you don't mind filling out this survey again, we'd really appreciate it. It's really great when we can have these in-person meetings. So we just want to try and find a time that works for as many people as possible. Thanks for your patience as we try and figure that out. Other general announcements are we've been talking about this in some of our other RAP meetings, but there have been quite a few clearings on Caltrans properties recently. And we understand from Union Pacific Railroad that they're anticipating several more clearings in the Santa Barbara Goleta area in the month of June. They don't have anything scheduled that we know of, but it's just something to keep an eye on. And again, really, really important to update us for community members, update us using the SB Connect app. If you see people in an encampment anywhere, that may help us to find people that may have been displaced by these clearings and then more quickly able to address the issue. So please do keep sending in those updates from SB Connect. And otherwise, I think we'll just jump right into talking with community members. So I'll go ahead and open it up to see if there's any questions or concerns from the community that anyone wants to share. Go ahead, Chris.
Actually, like I said right before the meeting started, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Missed seeing your faces. And I am kind of looking for a position to work in homeless services again. So if you hear of anything, give me a holler. And I'm going to jump in and jump off because I'm expecting people from Peru in a couple days. So
Right.
the busy life, you know what they say, when you retire, you're twice as busy. I seem to do that.
Chris, I am seeing quite a few postings from New Beginnings these days. So that might be one place to check.
Sweet. I'll look into that.
Mhm.
Okay. And I've been helping a little bit with Adam's Angels on Wednesdays at Pershing Park. That's been fun. And we're still doing Laundry Love on the last Tuesday of each month. And then actually, my church has started sponsoring the fourth Tuesday of each month in IV, feeding the homeless over there. That's in connection with Anthem Church. So haven't really left that far away. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Love to y'all. I'm going to sign out.
Thank you, Chris. So that leaves Jesse or Jose. Just wanted to check in with you to see if either of you had anything you wanted to talk about or ask about today.
Um, you said something about they're going to start clearing the train tracks for the disc. I noticed that they've been doing a lot of work on the tracks, and I've noticed that I've been seeing more encampments down over there near the Montecito area. That's about all I know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, anything you can report through the app is helpful. They do clearings from time to time. We don't always know when they're coming. So when we have kind of the advance notice, it helps us to sort of coordinate our efforts and really let people know that they need to get out of that area.
Yeah,
So that's kind of this case. But they did do some clearings in the area even earlier this year.
sounds good. Sounds good. That's about all I have on my end.
Thanks, Jesse. Go ahead, Jose.
Yes, good morning, all. Yeah, I just read the Independent this morning, and the article was stating about they're going to close Dwight Murphy, over there, the baseball field, because they're going to start working on it starting next month. It's going to be a 2-year project. And so my understanding, there's been, quite a few homeless people within like Murphy or on the park, camping, sleeping, what have you. And my question is what's being done about that, with some of the homeless people that, hanging around there, where are they going to go from there? Has there been any kind of, any connection with anybody over there, trying to guide them along or something like that? That's just my question.
I can I loosely have some knowledge about that. So they are going to begin that project towards the end of this month is actually when I believe some fencing is going to be installed. And what's going to happen is a big coordinated effort between outreach services, the police department, code enforcement, as well as the Parks and Rec department, who's spearheading the actual project. There's going to be basically a week-long effort worth of just kind of intensive outreach done on the daily, to connect with those individuals, to let them know about the project that is going on, and then to try to help guide them into services. The whole park is kind of impacted on the Port Lamar side, as well as over by the public restrooms and by the creek area. All of that is going to be pretty well fenced off, and all of Ninos Drive you won't actually be able to pass through anymore. So there will be a coordinated effort there, pretty intensive beyond what we do already, which is trying to work with those individuals. A lot of them hanging out, they do just kind of hang around that restroom as sort of a day spot, because a good portion of that park is fenced off. But we continue to address actual formal encampments when they're identified there, along with the park rangers and the rest of the park staff.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
I think Olivia may have had a comment on that item as well.
Yes, I was just going to share that I know the outreach has already kind of been started. New Beginnings has been in the area a lot, as well as us with CityNet. So we have gotten people connected to services through outreach in that area within the past couple of weeks. We've been there at least like twice a week. So just to let everybody know that connection is happening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
On the police department side too, I would just echo a little bit of what Andrew and Olivia said. Our team, the community action team, they go down there pretty often, and they've been trying to warn everyone that that closure is coming. And the people that they have warned, I guess it sounds like there's been several that have told them that they've already been in touch with some outreach providers and service providers. So hopefully they can be guided along with that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for answering my questions there. Okay.
I have one question for Officer Beltran.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot. Excuse me. We've been seeing a lot more activity over here on the Cacique Bridge, with all the little hoodlums hanging out there, and there's been a lot more tagging of the railings and the sidewalks and stuff like that. So, I don't know if you guys have been aware of that. Maybe you guys could, updo your patrols a little more. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I actually was pretty unaware of it until I believe 2 or 3 days ago. There was an email sent with some video images of some people that were hanging out there, and that they were likely the people that had tagged it recently. So I actually didn't know that there was any activity picking up there, but it's good that I saw that, and then now I'm hearing this from you, so we will. I'll make note of that, and then try to get some patrols out at night. And then we do still have we have a bike team that's working one side of the week, more evening related hours. So even if patrol can't get to it, I can try to get that team to get over there and make sure that they have more frequent patrols.
That'd be great. Yeah, because the
Yeah.
activity has been a lot more now, and even more so down in the creek where they like to hang out and party down there. So,
Yeah. I appreciate the info.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Anything else from the community? All right. So we will go to hear from our different agencies that are interfacing with people experiencing homelessness. Let's start with CityNet. Any updates from the last 2 weeks?
I would say, yeah, a lot of outreach around the Dwight Murphy Field area. Pershing Park hasn't been quite as populated, but the parking lot is. I know the Rangers are in that area as well. Like, like before you would get to 7-Eleven, there's like the parking lot under there. There's usually quite a few people in there that we've been engaging. Yeah, aside from that, I would say just like usual outreach. It's going well.
Thanks, Olivia. Let's go to the Path team.
Happy Friday, all. Kind of the same thing, engaging outreach during our territory. We're also doing trash pickup through our territory. I have noticed that there is somewhat of trash in some areas, but then like you go a day or two where like it stays clean. But then on other days, it does feel like there's a little bit more trash in some areas around Cacique, Powers, that back area. But yeah, engaging outreach and just going out there and doing trash pickup as well.
Thank you, Oscar. Is there a scheduled community cleanup coming for Path?
That is a good question. I would have to get back to you on that one.
No worries. I just want to make sure it's on the calendar if there is.
We do not currently have a cleanup scheduled.
Okay. Thanks, Liz. I don't see anyone from Good Sam or the Safe Parking team on this call, but please do speak up if you are here and I'm just missing you. So why don't we go to Andrew and the code enforcement team?
Thanks, Landon. And then yeah, just to reiterate, down there around Path, we do have reoccurring like litter, abandoned waste pickups that happen. It's on Wednesdays and Fridays currently. So I would say probably the day for probably the most issue or collected waste would be on Mondays after the weekend kind of thing, just for reference. But yeah, as far as it goes from the code side, we are working pretty heavily along the tracks, those different areas behind the bird refuge, as well as down towards Coast Village Road, the Los Patos area. Those have definitely been some priority locations for us. Where we've seen a lot of movement. Also down towards the beach, we are seeing a good bit on the waterfront. It's definitely a fluid situation though. People are sometimes just there temporarily. We get photos or something like that, but they're quick to move. But the farther East Beach area along Clark Estate, there's definitely some activity down there that we're working to address in partnership with the county. Aside from that, kind of around Milpas and the rest of the east side, we address things on sort of a case by case basis. We've seen some abandoned shopping carts and a fair bit of illegal dumping, but those are things that we're able to handle relatively quickly. So all in all, yeah, we just kind of continue the regular patrols and that seems to keep things manageable at this time.
Thank you, Andrew. Let's go to Lieutenant Beltran.
If Oscar
Oh,
already said this, but just wanted to say too, we've noticed definitely an increase in activity on Cacique with a lot of new folks on the street out here. So we've increased our rounds that we're doing in the neighborhood, have been reporting through the app. As we've seen quite a few shopping carts recently and increased dumping. So we've been reporting through the app and doing as much cleanup on our own as we can as well.
For the police department side, I'd pretty much just echo a lot of what Andrew said. We typically end up in the same areas, East Beach, along the beachfront. Like I mentioned earlier, we're kind of around Dwight Murphy quite a bit these days, kind of just letting everyone know what's coming. Another staffing update. I think I mentioned it before, but we have some turnover on our team, which could impact some of the visibility, I guess, of our patrols, but just temporarily. So we lost 2 people from our unit, but we just did some testing for our unit yesterday, so they will likely be replaced in the next week or two. But what that looks like is basically our night team that I previously mentioned that works one side of the week. They are kind of covering like a mid shift. So in another 2 months, we'll probably go back to having 2 people work like an evening shift, and then 2 on one side of the week during the day, 2 on the other side of the week during the day, so that they're pretty much available as close to 24/7 as possible, but not quite. We haven't really seen any major changes on anything, just patrolling the same areas and kind of facing the same challenges down there in the quarantine area with a lot of the vehicle stuff, just trying to enforce what we can and do what we can with what we can. So
Thank you, Lieutenant Beltran. I wanted to follow up on what Andrew and Liz had said. Just another plug, the SB Connect app. You can use it for reporting encampments, reporting shopping carts, reporting illegal dumping. So please do use that. And I know most people on this call already do, but again, this is for anybody who might be watching the recordings as well. I guess, Julie, do you have anything else you wanted to share from the city's end?
Hey, Landon. I have actually been out all week. This is my first day back, so I do not have anything to report.
Well, welcome back. I'm going to put in the there's a thank you from Natasha for fixing the app. I know there have been some glitches, so that's great to hear. I'm going to put in the chat that link for the Eastside in-person meeting survey. Once again, we weren't able to find a date that worked for everybody and city staff and all the parties together. So I'm hoping to try and find a different date. So if you don't mind, fill it out one more time. Hopefully it'll only take you like 3 minutes to complete. That would be great. Is there anything else anyone wants to raise while we're all together? Okay. So I will be working over the next couple of weeks. We are finishing up our list of the high acuity individuals with significant mental health and behavioral health needs. And so again, please use SB Connect to help report those. For our outreach providers, we're still especially trying to add some more people who are living in vehicles. So any help you can offer with that would be great. But otherwise, our next meeting will be on May 30th. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll go ahead and end there.